Hi, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics and Loving My Angels. I'm back talking to viewers again about Law of Attraction lessons, manifesting your dreams, deliberate manifesting your dreams. Today I want to speak to you about taking action with the Law of Attraction. That's all there is. This is a quick video. I just want to make sure everyone understands that things are just not going to drop in your lap. It can, but most of the time you have to take action. I had a lot of comments, a couple of comments from people watching my videos, and a lot of people want to know, does the Law of Attraction, do it really work? Is this just a game, or it works? It's more than just the Law of Attraction. I tell people it's universal laws. And I just did a video before about loving yourself, knowing that you deserve everything that God has for you. But you need to take action. As you know, I manifest a lot of things in my life. I'm sure everyone has. If you realize it or not, everyone has, okay? It's just the idea of realizing that you did. I don't care if it's positive or negative, you still manifested in your life, okay? So what I want to tell people is if you're not seeing things coming in your life, what are you doing wrong? Are you blocking it? Are you saying, I want this, and doing something else? Or you're trying to get something and then you're giving up? The main thing I tell people is to take action, okay? A lot of people tell me, they say, well, how did you get your house? How did you manifest your house? And I just did. I mean, everything just fell into place. But I just want people to understand, everything, doesn't have to be exactly perfect, okay? When I moved in my house, certain things wasn't correct. Like they had to do some fixing because I bought the model, and certain things wasn't working. So I manifest that because I didn't ask for that. I didn't say I wanted everything to be working perfect, okay? But they came along, they fixed things. It took them a while, but they fixed things. But the main thing I wanted to tell people is when I was trying to manifest my home, okay, I was out there with my mom and we were just driving around. This is way before I even thought I was going to be buying at that time. I just knew I was in my apartment. My apartment was just going to be temporary, and I was going to be getting my townhouse. So we started driving around. You can't tell me anything. I done looked up all the townhouses. I was on Zillow. I advise people that in the United States that if there's Zillow, use whatever house hunting source that you have in your area. And I would go to the open houses on Saturdays and Sundays with my mom. We would put our little clothes on and we would drive around and go there like we actually are ready to buy at that moment, when actually I didn't have the money because I just paid off all my bills, most of them. I just helped my mom pay off her house, and I was just getting back in order when we were looking. So I wasn't planning to buy anything. And then all of a sudden, I told you guys before, I came here and I got my feather and I was like, I'm only looking. I can't afford this place. A year and a half later, I am here. Don't think that I just said I wanted my townhouse and boof, it just popped up. It did not work that way. I was living in my apartment, and I knew it was temporary, and I just started looking because I knew I couldn't stay there forever, because I was in a luxury apartment complex and it had a movie theater, had everything. That's what I manifest also. Okay, being there at a price that I can afford in the location that I wanted to be in. But as I said, nothing came to me like out of the blue. I started driving around, making a game out of it, going all to these basically rich areas, looking at townhouses, and they were beautiful. But it wasn't like I sat there in my apartment and said, I want this. Let me put it on my refrigerator and on my vision board, and voila, it was there. It did not work that way. Okay? I actually was in the car with my mom, having a ball, driving around, looking at different things, looking at the floors, the cabinets, everything. And I came up with what I wanted, you know. I wanted my chocolate covered cabinets, my wood floors, my fireplace. These are the things that I wanted. And I actually seen them in other places. Jim Carrey said one time, I think it was Jim Carrey said he used to drive around Rodeo Drive in California, and he would just park down the block and watch the rich people come out their houses and stuff. And he used to imagine himself doing the same thing. And then he used to imagine himself having millions of dollars, and voila, it happened. But it didn't happen right away. He said he kept that $10 million check in his pocket, and it was there for so long that it was like old and ripped up, crumpled, and everything before he even manifest the $10 million. I mean, so nothing comes right away. It can, but usually it don't. But what I'm trying to tell you, in the meantime, you have to take action. If I didn't drive around and seen how things were so expensive in the other areas, I mean, they were really expensive for townhouses. The townhouses are actually costing more than the houses at this point, because a lot of people are selling their houses and they want maintenance free. So for less, you're paying more. But my townhouse is most of them are the size of a house or bigger, but you don't have the privacy with the yard and everything like that. But I'm trying to tell people, it did not just drop in my lap. I was driving around having fun, and it just worked out. They offered $10,000 concession. My mom had to give me some of the money to move in, because I didn't have it at that time. I paid her back everything. It was just that I paid her house off, and then she had to give me the money to move in here, part of the money to move in here, and then I paid her back that too. So it's really funny how things happened. The banker fell in my lap. He was trying to get all the deals with this place, so he was dying to make sure my deal went through. I mean, so many things happened. Like when I was getting my apartment, I didn't sell my house yet. Before I even had a buyer, I already knew where I was going to be. We drove there, walked around, walked the dogs, and we done been in there a couple of times. We done took tours around, looked at the apartments. I already knew exactly the building where I wanted to be. I already knew the price that I could afford. I already knew what I wanted. I wanted a 2-bedroom. I didn't want a 1-bedroom. How am I going to go from my house to a 1-bedroom? No, I wanted a 2-bedroom because I needed my office. Okay? So what it is I'm telling you is to take action. When I got my main job, my nurse practitioner position, I was already working part-time, but I said, let me do this full-time. And it wasn't until I went and started inquiring and looking is when the job popped up. I mean, it actually popped up at the right time. And that happened kind of quick. It really did. It was more like, I released this to you, God. I released this to you. And all of a sudden, within the month, maybe a couple of weeks, the job popped up. And within a couple of months, I was already in the position. And I thought I was going to be all the way out east, driving an hour and a half. Ended up, I was only driving about 30, 40 minutes. I'm telling you, things happen, but you have to take action. So if you're trying to manifest your home, get out there, see what it is. Start cleaning out your home right now. Don't sit there and have everything around where you live now and not trying to make room to make your dreams come true. Some people, they start throwing things out, donating things, getting things out of the house knowing that they're leaving. If they want a new car, they keep their car clean, they bless their car, and they put a for sale sign on it. Whatever it is, but you got to let the universe know that I'm ready for my dreams to come true. I'm ready for them to come true. I'm ready for the universe to give me my dreams. I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to get out there. I tell people, do things that are different. I mean, I tell people that all the time. If you're driving to work, don't always go the same way. Why don't you detour off and take another route one time? Get out there and see what's out there. I drive, so I can take you back ways, front ways, or whatever. But you never know, just by driving that back way, all of a sudden you have that house. It's almost like A Miracle on 34th Street, when Natalie Wood, when the Santa Claus took Natalie Wood, a different Natalie Wood family, a different way, and then she was like, "That's the house. That's the house." That's what it is. You have to get out there and see different things in order for you to find what you want. So again, take action. Action, action, action. If I could say anything about the law of attraction and if you're manifesting or not manifesting, the first thing I'm going to say is, do you really know what you want? Second, did you take action? Or are you sitting at home waiting for action to come knocking on your door and say, okay, here it is. Here's everything that you want here. No, it doesn't work that way. Get out there and make a move. If you want that job, get out there and start looking. If you want that job and you need something, go back to school, take a class, do something, take action. And once you start taking action, it's almost like God said, you take one step, I'll do 2 or 3. So, and things just fall into place. But I do want to tell people, make sure you take action if you're trying to create the life you want. Okay? Again, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics and Loving My Angels, bringing you another law of attraction lesson. Today's lesson was take action. Namaste.